Welcome, wine lovers, to a new episode of Home of Wines. This is Maria from sunny Orlando, Florida, ready to dive once again into the fascinating universe of wine.
And I'm Manuel, your co-host, also enjoying the Florida warmth and excited about the discussion we have prepared today. I assure you, this is a debate that sparks passions and won't leave you indifferent. So stay with us until the end, because today we're going to stir some glasses and some consciences.
Manuel, today we're bringing to the table a topic that has ignited heated discussions in wineries, tastings, and dinners alike: the eternal tug-of-war between natural wine and conventional wine. Is natural wine an ephemeral trend, or does it truly represent an evolution towards authenticity and sustainability?
Exactly, Maria. And I'd say that for many, it's almost a philosophical question. On one hand, we have the appeal of the natural, the pure, what sounds like less intervention. On the other, the tradition, consistency, and stability offered by conventional wine, the result of centuries of enological knowledge. Where do we draw the line?
Allow me to begin by defending the essence of natural wine. Manuel, the growing popularity of these wines isn't just a simple fad. It's a response to a search for authenticity and transparency on the part of consumers. Let's not forget that in its origin, wine was precisely that: fermented grapes with minimal intervention.
Maria, I agree that the pursuit of authenticity is valid, but we must be rigorous. What do we understand by natural wine? There isn't a unanimous legal definition globally. The OIV, the International Organization of Wine and Vine, has been working to establish frameworks, but it remains a broad concept. Many associated with organic or biodynamic viticulture, manual harvesting, fermentation with indigenous yeasts, and above all, zero or minimal addition of sulfites. But is it always synonymous with quality and stability?
Precisely therein lies its charm and its challenge. A natural wine is a pure expression of the terroir and the vintage. Winemakers who produce them, like the renowned French producer Jean-François Gannevet, seek for the grape to speak for itself. We're talking about wines with character, sometimes unpredictable, that reflect the vitality of the vineyard ecosystem. Minimal intervention allows for the development of unique aromatic and gustative nuances that we rarely find in more designed wines. Furthermore, the absence of additives and the reduction of sulfites are appealing to those seeking a cleaner experience and, for some, with less risk of headaches.
Maria, I understand the poetry of that vision, but the enological reality is more complex. Minimal intervention can be a double-edged sword. Without rigorous control, the variability is enormous. We have tasted natural wines that are sublime, yes, but also others that present significant defects. Brettanomyces, which gives leather or barnyard aromas, excessive volatility, vinegary wines, or turbidity that isn't aesthetically pleasing. As the great Émile Paynol, the father of modern enology, used to say, technology is to serve wine, not to dominate it. In conventional wine, we use science to guarantee consistency, stability, and wholesomeness. The controlled addition of sulfites, for example, protects the wine from oxidation and undesirable bacteria. It's not about masking the wine, but about ensuring that the winemaker's vision reaches the bottle intact and remains over time. Let's think about great wines meant for aging. How many of them are natural in the strict sense? Few. Longevity and positive evolution often depend on that refined science.
Manuel, but is uniformity always desirable? Predictability can lead to homogenization. Great critics like Jancis Robinson have pointed out the risk that conventional wine, by seeking technical perfection, loses some of its soul. The biodiversity of the vineyard, natural viticulture, the life in the soil, the indigenous yeasts, all of that contributes to a complexity that selected yeast and excessive filtration can nullify. Furthermore, the trend towards sustainability is undeniable. Organic and biodynamic viticulture, pillars of natural wine, are essential for the future of the industry. It's not just a matter of purity, but of environmental responsibility. The AWRI, one of the most prestigious research institutions, is constantly investigating more sustainable practices throughout the production chain, even in conventional winemaking.
And it's a trend I applaud, Maria. Sustainability is fundamental for everyone, not just for natural wine. Many conventional wine producers are adopting sustainable, organic, and even biodynamic viticulture in the vineyard without giving up the enological tools that allow them to ensure quality in the winery. That is, they can have an organic vineyard and then opt for a selected yeast that gives them a specific and stable aromatic profile. It's not an exclusive dichotomy. In fact, consumers seek reliability. When you pay for a bottle, you expect it to be in good condition. A natural wine, due to its intrinsic fragility, can be a risk for the less informed consumer or for those who don't have perfect storage conditions. Can you imagine a new consumer opening up to this world and encountering a mousy wine or one with strong reduction?
But that's the adventure, Manuel. It's part of palate education. And for those possible defects, there are also natural wine producers with exceptional enological knowledge who minimize those risks. The natural wine movement has pushed for a greater transparency on labels regarding processes and additives. This empowers the consumer. Also, let's think about food pairing. Some avant-garde sommeliers are finding surprising versatility in natural wines due to their lower tannin load or higher acidity, which makes them ideal for modern and creative cuisine where freshness is key.
Versatility in food pairing is an interesting point, Maria, but the reality is that the global market is still dominated by conventional wine, which has invested decades in research and development to offer diversity, quality, and accessibility. Wineries with centuries of tradition, like those in Rioja or Bordeaux, have perfected their techniques to create world-renowned wines, capable of aging gracefully and offering a consistent sensory experience. We cannot disparage that trajectory. Peter Sissek, for example, with his Pingus, or Alvaro Palicio in Priorat, combine a deep respect for the terroir with cutting-edge enology to achieve excellence. It's not about manipulating the wine, but about guiding it with mastery. The diversity in conventional wine is vast, from young and fresh wines to complex aged wines, each with its purpose and its beauty.
I think we both agree that both natural wine and conventional wine have their place and their virtues. Perhaps the key lies in the producer's intention and the consumer's taste. Natural wine invites us to reflect on minimal intervention and the rawest expression of the vineyard, while conventional wine offers us the security of tradition and science applied to art.
Exactly, Maria. There's no absolute truth. The debate isn't about which is better, but about what kind of experience each person is seeking. The wine industry as a whole benefits from this diversity. The rise of natural wine has pushed the conventional industry to be more conscious of its practices and to explore more sustainable techniques. And conventional wine, with its stability and proven quality, continues to be the gateway for many into the world of wine.
What a great debate, Manuel. It's been a pleasure breaking down this topic with you. And to you, dear listeners, we pose the question, do you prefer the adventure and purity of natural wine or the consistency and elegance of conventional wine? We invite you to explore both worlds and form your own opinion.
We are enormously grateful that you joined us on this exciting journey of knowledge and flavor. Remember, you can find us on our social media and leave us your comments about this debate.
We'll say goodbye until next week, but not before reminding you of our iconic phrase, because
remember that wine is appreciated more when it's understood better.